Good evening, everyone. First of all, thanks to the BrowserStack leadership team for giving me this opportunity to come and present my points of view on the impact of AI on quality engineering. So this is the last session of the day, so I'll try to keep it very simple at a very high level and see how we can all relate to that. So before I delve into quality engineering, which is my day job, I'll just talk about what AI is all about, right? Right from the time you wake up in the morning, unlock your mobile phone with facial recognition, or you are driving down to a destination looking at your Google map, it's all AI at the background, right? Knowingly, unknowingly, it's entwined in our lives. Now, if you look at our customers, right, I'll mostly talk about North America-based customers because we work with them. So we see that, they are also using AI in their business applications, and they want us not only to help them infuse AI into their applications, but also validate them. Right? If you look at a Target or a Walmart, and if you go for shopping there, right, the conversational AI that they have used makes it so simple for us, right? It's continuously giving you recommendations. During checkout, it's helping you. Computer vision aided, AI will help you prevent any theft, right? All the material that you are choosing from the shop, you put it in a particular cart, and computer vision driven AI is helping you to do the billing automatically, right? If you talk about banking, so many of us go to our wealth managers, to wealth management advisors to get advice, or be it your robo-advisors. It is all AI at the back end, right? And it makes life so much simple for us. And it gives you so many options. It makes it faster. So there are plenty of examples. In the interest of time, I'll quickly move on. But I'll just talk about, how this AI evolved. We have gone to AI agents, we have gone to agentic AI, but how it all evolved? It evolved much before all of us were born, in 1956, right? It came in a structured manner in courses. It's all about problem solving, it's about logical reasoning, heuristic techniques being applied, right? Fast forward, come to 1997. I don't know how many of you were going through newspapers at that time. I used to be an ardent newspaper reader. And Garry Kasparov, right, the world chess champion, he had his, he used IBM's Deep Blue to try out, he was actually practicing with IBM's Deep Blue, and he got defeated. And it caught the headlines of the newspapers all over the world. So that's when AI started buzzing. Fast forward, I'll not get into every year. Again, 2022, the next big revolution, generative AI comes in. OpenAI launches ChatGPT. I know everybody. Today we use Perplexity, but at that time we were all using ChatGPT. We are typing in things. You are getting fancy pictures, text, everything. So AI started generating. So it was a very big revolution in the world of AI. Moving on, right? Now, I'll look at AI from the IT lens. So this has been the journey. I'm not going to read out. All of you are familiar. We started using code assists, code companions, be it your GitHub Copilot, Gemini Code Assist, Amazon Q. Then came your LLM prompts, right? But when you were prompting, when you were constantly prompting, you were realizing it's giving you answers, no problem. It's giving you test cases. It's generating automated scripts for you. But you have lost all the template, all the formatting, all the structure that you used to have. And in some of the organizations, they had so much of artifacts, so much of content. How do you use that? And there was somebody who was constantly working on that. That's how the RAG model came in, where you're able to fit in all the context. All the artifacts that you have, that resides in your organization, in your enterprise, you're making best use of that. And the output that you are getting, it is not only fast, but it's rich in context. It's actually carrying the context which the organization has kind of stored over the years. And then came your AI agents and agentic AI. I'll delve a little deeper into this as I move on, but I just wanted to show you the journey. Now I'll come to quality engineering, my favorite topic. And when I talk about quality engineering, I'll try to divide it into two parts. How the quality engineering has been impacted by AI. As we call it, it's AI for QE and QE for AI. What do you mean by AI for QE? How do you unleash hyper productivity? It's all about that. Right? And what is the other thing? The QE for AI. So as your customers start infusing AI into their applications and all their business ecosystem, how do you give them the confidence that it's fit for purpose and you can use it confidently? Right? So I'll start with the first one, AI for QE. So as I said, AI for QE is nothing but how do you unleash hyperproductivity and accelerate. So it's just not acceleration, right? Acceleration can happen in different ways. And all that I have done is bucketed into three parts. This hyperproductivity can come in the form of natural acceleration. All of us are testers here. So when you are generating your test cases from your user stories, when you're building your scripts from your test cases, or generating data, it is all about acceleration, right? You are helping your customers in terms of faster time to market. But at the same time, there are a lot of situations where you need optimization. Some of our customers, some of our very strategic customers, you know what they tell us? That, we want to deliver to our end users, to our customers faster. Now with product engineering, with full stack engineers and estates working side by side, I'm able to run my sprints faster. But where is my bottleneck? Your regression test suite is 10,000 test cases strong. And in order to run that, I'll need 5-6 hours. And if I need to do my deployment every day 5-6 hours will just go on running your regression suite. How do you bring it down? That's where your optimization comes in. That's where your GenAI again comes in. You do your impact-based optimization, it will tell you which are the ones that you can eradicate, which are the ones you need to keep. So from a 10,000 strong test case heavy regression suite, you can just bring it down to 1,000 plus test cases, which you can run on a daily basis and help your customer. So that's where your optimization comes in. There are others, defect triaging, we do it so often, right? It's your observability tools, right, which can give you some feedback. Your customer journeys, all your logs, it can give you some wonderful insights, which will help you ensure that, you are able to bring down the time for defect triaging. Tell me, how many of you have gone through calls which runs into hours, discussing with developers, customers, product owners, triaging. But this is where, you should be able to optimize. Last but not the least, the modernization. And here we talk about shift left, right? So, we were speaking, all of our speakers were talking about how from epics we move into user stories. Now, once you get the user stories, it's a very common experience. They are so brief, it's not even testable. It doesn't carry the acceptance criteria. It's so brief and cryptic. What do? You run a GenAI-based script to ensure that it will at least tell you which are the areas, or score the user story and tell you how it can be improved. Now the human in the loop comes in, decide whether the recommendations it will take or not take. But at least you're able to enrich the user story, and that becomes the bedrock for the developers, for the testers. So that's how we are expediting the entire journey in terms of acceleration, optimization, and modernization. So this is all about my AI for QE. I hope I have been able to explain. The next thing is all about QE for AI. Now, I think Sunil spoke about it in details. I'll try to keep it at a high level so that we don't repeat. Now, it's extremely important that when you are coding, when you are generating your agents, AI agents, or even if you go to your AI agents, when you are actually infusing any AI-based application, we need to ensure that certain principles are adhered to, be it in terms of fairness, explainability, transparency. Are you ensuring, is there a framework or a guardrail which your developers are using so that all of these aspects are being taken care of? That's the very fundamental thing that has to happen for AI development. And as estates or custodians of quality, we need to ensure that we are testing all of these aspects. From Cognizant's perspective, we have a framework, we call it AI, Artificial Intelligence Lifecycle Assurance, through which we actually do the validation. What do? We do data assurance, right? So you are using a conversational chatbot, right? Maybe it has been trained on a data which is inadequate, right? Biased. Very popular examples. If you just run any ChatGPT or a Perplexity query, you will get that example. I think Amazon, they were doing a recruitment where the first level screening was happening using a chatbot, which was trained mostly on male, CVs. So when it was actually screening, no matter how good the profile is, it was actually screening all the female candidates, and it was only taking up the male ones, because the model was not trained in the right way. So that's about data assurance. What do? You augment with all kinds of data across the board to take away that bias. Right? Now when you do this testing, you can see the coverage. You can ensure that the bias is taken away to an extent. I won't say it's taken off completely, but to an extent, you are able to take away the bias. So that's about data assurance. Next is about the model. This very basic model, fundamental model, which is helping you to do the work, to the AI to do the work, right? You need to ensure that it's giving you the right results. As we all know, the results will not be deterministic. It's going to be probabilistic. Perfectly fine, but is it able to handle the edge conditions? That's where your model assurance testing comes in. You're just trying to test some of the factors, some of the edge conditions are taken care of, and you're able to ensure that the algorithm is working as desired. Last but not the least is the trustworthiness, which is extremely important. And I come from a banking background, right? So if you're talking to a conversational bot, an AI advisor bot, and it's asking you certain questions and you are replying, and then somehow the bot reveals your PII data, is it acceptable? Absolutely not. Is the bot speaking in an abusive language? Is it acceptable? Absolutely not. So these are the different things that you need to test when you are doing a trustworthiness assurance. So all in all, if you're able to cover these three aspects of testing, data, model, and trustworthiness, to a large extent, you will be able to take care of you will be able to give the confidence to your customers that the AI application is working to a large extent as per his desire or as per the requirement. I'll move on. Just let me know if I'm running out of time. Okay, so now I'll come to AI agents. So I'll give you this definition which comes right from Gartner. Right, so we work very closely with the analysts, and I'm going to use certain slides here, which is taken right from Gartner. Now, AI, we spoke about what AI agents are, right? So I'm not going to delve deeper into it, but I just want to tell you what is the difference between an AI agent and agentic AI, right? So AI agent is it's nothing but a software system which can, on its own work, it is autonomous, or in other words, it should be able to plan, it should be able to make decisions, and it should be able to act, right? Now, will you be able to serve, or will you be able to take care of the entire workflow through a single agent? No. You need multiple agents to come together to run the workflow. And that's all about agentic AI. We popularly talk about multi-agent orchestration, right? So multi-agent orchestration is nothing but a subset of agentic AI. Is that fine? I'll move on. So I just tried to keep it simple. It's easy to remember the acronym APRIL, right? If somebody asks you, what can an agent do? An agent has to be autonomous. An agent has to be able to perceive. It should sense the changes in the environment and be able to act. it should be able to react. Again, any change in environment, and if it has to take some action, it should be able to do that. It should be able to initiate. Initiate means it could be an orchestration, right? So like a orchestration agent, it should be able to execute. And finally, it should be able to learn. It should continuously be able to learn and enrich itself. So these are the primary things that make up an agent. I can get into examples, but in the interest of time, I'll move on. Any of you can do a little bit of a Googling or chat GPT and find out what exactly are the examples. And you will get QA relevant examples for each of this. Again from Gartner, how will the agentic AI world look like by 2028? Right? Is it going to fundamentally change? More than 50% says, yes, it's going to change. And we all want to believe that, yes, it's going to change. Now, these are some statistics, right? And these are all Gartner provided visions as to, in terms of how agentic AI is going to change the landscape, right? 33% of the enterprise applications will include agentic AI. 33% of the business decisions is going to be either semi-autonomous or autonomous, right? And 15% of the day-to-day work decisions is going to be influenced by agentic AI. So we are yet to see how far this is true, but coming from Gartner, we can rely on that. Now, this is at a very high level. I'll not go through each of them, but I'll just touch upon. So these are some of the popular use cases across industry verticals where you can see agentic AI playing a role. From the banking perspective, fraud detection, right? That's a very big aspect. All the rules, regulations that you have in terms of anti-money laundering, fraud detection, agentic AI, your AI agents are going to play a big role. Each of the banks are trying to build AI agents to ensure that fraud detection is minimized, if not eradicated. Loan underwriting, loan origination process, all of us know. Most of us have taken loans, we know the process. So it's just a long process. At some point, once you have applied, once it has gone through KYC checks and everything, your credit scoring has come, it will go through an underwriting process where the underwriter has to say whether you are eligible to take the loan or not, right? Again, an agent can play that role to make it faster. So there are plenty of use cases. You can just read through, and these are very common ones. The point that I'm trying to make over here is across the industry verticals, there will be use cases where you need to build agents. And these are going to be extremely useful and make it more autonomous and automated. And as usual, we spoke about the agents, we spoke about agentic AI. Again, we talk about the role of quality engineering to ensure that these agents are working as per the expectations. The same treatment, what I spoke earlier, right? I spoke about AI for QE and QE for AI. Now I'm going to talk about agents for QE and QE for agents, right? So I can move fast because the treatment is very similar. Again, I have bucketed into 3 parts: acceleration, optimization, modernization. But now I'm going to animate this and show you. I said that, one agent cannot serve your purpose. How multiple agents are going to come together and serve the purpose. So I'll just run it. It's self-explanatory. So your code quality validation agent, your user story validation agent, I spoke about this, right? These are all going to come together. And then your design agent is going to take it up. Now your automation agent is going to come up. And NFT, you might debate that NFT agent should have come faster, prior to this. I leave it to you. It can come prior to this. Now all of these are going to come together and come to the orchestration agent. So the orchestration agent is going to run the execution, right? Now your code is ready, your user story is ready, code is ready, the design is done, the automation scripts are ready, your NFT scripts are ready, and your orchestration agent is just kind of triggering the automation script. I spoke about impact. I'll not again go there. Earlier it was, your generative AI just doing it. Now it is your agent which is running it. Your impact agent and auto heal agent. I didn't talk about it earlier. So there are certain common anomalies which come, right? And if you have an auto heal agent, it should be able to immediately heal it. So this comes to the react, or the react and perceive. We spoke about that when we spoke about agents, right? Using those features of an agent, it should be able to set it right. And finally, observability. We all understand, if you look at our customer logs, if you look at the observability monitors, we should be able to get great insights, which we should be able to use for training our agents and make it more accurate. I'll not go through these. These are some of the success stories that we had in our organization. In the interest of time, I'll just skim through this. But just wanted to make a point that, definitely an acceleration has happened. 30 to 50% effort savings we were able to pass on to our customer. It was an insurance customer. This is a multinational telecommunications. It's a North America-based telecommunications company. We have been partnering with them to build a platform. So much of discussions are happening on platform. It's a custom-built platform for them, and it's actually giving them 25% efficiency gains. This is a very heavy slide. I'll not get into the details of this, but I'll try to explain this. We spoke about QE for AI. Now we are speaking about QE for agentic AI, right? So the thumb rule that we adopt here as an organization, we validate the agents. We use the same principles: model validation, data validation, trustworthiness validation. We also do security and performance assurance of the agents, as well as the resiliency validation of these agents. So we are actually testing the agents inside out. And at the next stage, this is the additional step. This is where we try to ensure that as specific agents, they are functioning fine. But when they're coming together, are they able to serve the purpose? Right? So this is about testing the entire workflow. So one agent is kind of transferring the baton to the next. Is the next one taking it up appropriately? At any stage, is it hallucinating? Or there's a super agent in the flow. Is the super agent able to divert it into the right agent? Just testing that flow. I hope I'm able to explain the basic fundamentals. Definitely there are a lot of intricacies around this. But fundamentally, this is what we are doing when we are testing the multi-agent orchestration. And we are doing it for customers. I'm towards the end now. So this is the forward-looking view. Again, self-explanatory, right? So if you look at how the organizations have changed, Sunil spoke about it's extremely important to have the people organized in the right way, people enabled in the right way, so that the adoption of AI is faster, AI is democratized, and we are able to scale. So very early on, we used to have homogeneous teams, right? Developers in one band, testers in one band, performance testers in another band, support teams in another band. With product engineering coming in, some sort of homogeneity has gone. It has become heterogeneous. All these people are coming together in the pods, full stack engineers, SDETs, performance engineers, all coming together to run the scrums. And now you're looking at a future system or a future pod where agents are going to reside. We have not done it ourselves, but I think that's how the world is going to be. This is my last slide. So I just want to leave a message with all of you, right? So we have to embrace AI, agentic technology, to build AI agents. It has to be embraced by the entire organization, right? We all have to, ensure that we are able to use AI not only for customer applications, but also for our internal applications. And the next stage is scaling. And that's where the role of the platform is so important. That's where, products like BrowserStack come so handy. It can be your own organization-driven platform. It can be a product team giving you the platform. But definitely usage of the platforms will help you to scale and industrialize. That's where the role of the platform comes in. And finally, it's about enablement. Unless you upskill your team, unless you make your team future ready, you will not be able to democratize AI and agentic AI across your organization. That's all I have for today. Thank you. Any questions? No questions? Okay, thank you so much. It was fun talking to all of you. It was nice going through the day's session and learning so much from my co-speakers. Thank you very much. And again, thanks to BrowserStack.